7:22, my grandma died. Seagulls over the Chelsea Hotel. 7:23, I need another year and another 20 grand. 7:24, played by Michael Wincott, Tony Saragusa. I think it's significant your lucky number is 26 and mine is 27. 7:25, Lazy Susan. Be that as it may. 7:26, Lethal Enforcers. The root of all eviction. Tan Mom. Star Smile Strong. Tokyo Drift Shopping Cart. Medium Cool. My Gun Dirty. Rose Hip and Acerola. Running on Ice is what your hair reminds me of. Brooklyn Bound 1. Human Relations to Molasses to Barfreda. In My Pants, Stripes and Heat. He devoured my book mentioning Brian Gyson, then politely ignored my Bowery outbursts. This is 3rd Avenue. The North Face. Probably my best work. Pieces for the computer. Tried to steal it first. That's not fair. How I wasted this year. A poor person can't afford to waste time. You see her and you can smell that she smells good from across the car. Copper rose petals, moves like a stripper or a panther from Oyster Bay to Rockaway Beach, toned down to around 80 degrees. 17 days since I've been writing. Elevator loose on the platform. See or be seen, kill or be killed, sell or be sold, buyer beware. She found my notebook, then called me 2 days later. Then Mary didn't text me back. Maybe we could get together this weekend. I was too careful. I was not careful enough. Jersey trash are my audience. They are not an audience, they're just people. An ounce lasts 4 weeks, an eighth lasts 5 days. I was running out of road, I was running out of breath. Fame was anywhere you could find it. People were grabbing frantically for handfuls of it. Montrose, then Morgan. Twins from the old days. McKibben Lofts are still standing. We instilled some real estate value while we could. Next stop, Forehead Avenue, Maria's. Danger is in my paintings. Our cheeseburger doesn't grill on the internet. King Arthur Disco. Imagine this is a potato. I was clipping hedges at a hedge fund. The bathrooms were full of showers. Gertrude cut strudel at Zabar's as apprentice before advancing career-wise to meat. Left flank sprained. I am a mime. Transmitted through the body. Hylas resembles Grotowski. Guesses 71 cause spent 2 years opening up psychically in Midtown. Could make a great film with my psychosexual nemesis and friend from high school. Disturbing the peace at Blockbuster Video. Slow train to Bedford Avenue. Kept wiping his nose with a kerchief. Is he on coke or what? Speaking Yiddish. Eyes sting from hot lights. This dude is macking on this chick to my left. Gas prices fluctuate. Can I sit by you? He gets up and moves across the aisle to join her in the two-seat between the end and the door of the car. Feedback engineer wiping chips on my backpack. The EP of Cheaters, where the guy gets stabbed. Maybe he'll pay for it if I act as tour guide. Saturday night performs. I could have it all. I choose Canucci Creek, a lazy river around my problems. Next and last stop, I'll finish it when I get home. 7:27, Nerve Digs. Death and Fire. Fountain Slap. Bailiwick wide awake. Uncle Pat painting the interiors of an apartment complex for the last time. 7:28, LSD Soda, Alrosa Villa, The Lotus Eaters. This absolutely must happen. Tell you it gets old. 7:29. Do I love you like Earth? Great Big Nothing Burger. Lunch special. Can you smoke weed for your job? Gonna need all the help I can get. Everybody does everything when the ice cream is broken. It is better to do something than to not do something. 7:30. Recycling yogurt containers by putting them through the dishwasher so they can be used as drinking cups. Takoyaki balls, cupcakes full of octopus. 10-year-old movie ideas that are still good. Dual shake cones, went outside, bought food enough for today. RC Cola and Poland Spring mini bottles, a lot of confused. Thumb toward the messenger, sellout lamb overly rich, arty TV show. Outtakes from the gross revenue. Room collection, sky talk. Fold it up, roll it up, one or the other. Walk on a nervous breakdown. What time do you get beat up at the school assembly? Chardonnay flair, smart ballpark. No rules. Outwardly untowards. Life's been good to me so far. Tough love sends dockets of khakis and sashes. Bachelorette party rehabilitations. Pedal bars on the waterfront. I was such of no account. Derelict reporting for duty. I depended on her, dollars to donuts, in the oldest cautionary tale there is, tortoise in the hare. I am the hare that loses, blowing natural ability in a miles-long head start or advantage to begin with. Herald Square always plays Jay-Z, Alicia Keys. We talk about everything, our people stories, our memories people, rounded up and double back. Commit 7 mid-walk in the no team. Senior year, empty EMT. Slide into the DMs like I'm Ricky Henderson along for the ride. 7:31. Children's story. Eat my bad behavior. The problem will manifest. Constant anxiety about, am I doing the wrong thing? Is there some better event? Or did I waste my time? Should I go to the reading across town or play this open mic where I already am? 2 drink minimum. It's the American way. Customer member of the bar show, tuning guitar. Decided to stay since I'll get my picture in the paper. And I already brought it. Phoenix tomorrow, obsessed with my schedule. 2 blocks south. Penn Station, MSG. My plan backfired and didn't show. Missing RR's reading, but that girl at the bar did poems, premonitions of what's to come. Love line, AC/DC, Kenny Powers. An open mic is the best thing you can do in life. 2 to a scooter, Fine Young Cannibals cover to start things off. She drives me crazy. Double PBRs, $5. He'll hold one at the bar. $1 tip, so it's 6 to play, fitting perfectly my daily budget. To lead a better life, oral shots, thought we'd be right by my house, going for broke. Do you want to close out? No, keep it open. I should have come yesterday, trying to make up for what I perceived to have missed out on. Lactating, meaning life is so good. The audition didn't even show up to me. So the point of this appearance didn't even work out. Oh well, at least it's stage time way down the list. Is that one of your songs? It's a work in progress. She's not even here, whichever comes first. Big main post office, 1 block north, other side of 8th Ave. We live in footprints of dust. Think I'm 8th or 9th on the list. Crushed it, full bar, hootin' and hollerin'. Hyperbaric chamber, counterpoint. August 1st, silent treatment. Dip the harmonica in a glass of beer to loosen it up. May not be good for the harmonica, good for the player. Prose is the new luxury of living. House of Airwalk, you've been had. on my way to the KGB reading, July 19th. Super excited. I'm already after 6. So I'm hurrying. I hope some people show up and spend money, because this is a risk. This is a risk for me financially to do this. I'm gonna have to find some way to flee the premises if there's nobody there and they don't make any money. I'm gonna have to sneak out somehow. Back door. We'll see. Hopefully it doesn't come to that. We've gotten some good publicity, sort of. So, shit, it's gonna be awesome either way. I'm super stoked to hear everybody read. That's what it's about for me. I just want to hear people's poetry, to be honest. And gather in a room and say hi to everybody. That's the point for me. So I'm just excited to be doing it.
And 2 of every plant and animal on earth. I've wondered if the remarkable specificity with which God replicated the world he was about to destroy arose from impulses, archival or nostalgia. The person who describes in annotation and line what is to become of his void and how participates in orthographic projection. Typically someone else completes the transliterative process through which image
amazing poets. I really feel as if I'm in the midst of God. So, yeah, without further ado. This is from a series that I've been working on this summer about going to years. There's a lot of distance in our relationship. One of them being he's a Haredi Jew who settled, probably has a wife, I don't know, went to school in Chicago. That's enough about Menachem. All right. My friend Menachem. The twitching began after a pause. Standing next to him, a lull had settled in between the shapes of our mouths. His fingers guided like marionettes possessed by our ancestors' god. They'd move with such ferocity, a cyclone hungry to incorporate all. Grass, tzitzit, paper, pencil. No matter to exist, just Menachem in those hands. To be so negligible, that was all right. To be near another body, that was enough. Besides, it always passed, and then we'd talk. Well, thank you so.
The right horned flowers, one horn for rearing, another for sitting. Finally, my mailbox is full of uncles. I took a chance on the tone, have some moons over here. The bug tunnels through the morning glory, upside down, unaware of the posted signs. Awful flock of developers rattling their engines against the vines of us. Is this image interesting? Does quantity only calculate what can be taken away? Adult ear infection. The music.
Just make it.
Hold on. Let me take off my shoes too. That is no country. The young and one another's arms. Birds in the trees. Those dying generations at their song. Salmon falls, mackerel crowned seals. Fish, flesh, and fowl commend all summer long whatever is begotten, born. Caught in that sensual music, all neglect monuments of an aging beauty. An aged man is but a paltry thing, a tattered coat on a sleeve, unless soul dance, clap its hands and loudness, for every tatter in its mortal place. And there is no singing school to study it, monuments of its own magnificence. Therefore I have sailed the seas, the holy city of Antioch. O sages standing in God's holy fire, as in a gold mosaic of the wall, come from the holy fire, burn in a giant, and be the singing masters of my soul. Sick with desire, you fasten to a dying end. It knows not what it is, and gather me to the artifice. shall never take my bodily form from any natural thing. In such a form as Grecian gold swords. Hammered gold and gold enamel. To keep a drowsy emperor awake, or set on a golden bough to sing to lords and ladies Xantium. What is past, passing, or to come. And the whole point of that poem by Yeats is, as he's getting older, he hates what's happening in his time. So he says, I want to be a piece of Grecian pottery that will last forever. And I fucking hate that. The idea, we are the young in one another's arms, the dying generations. I would much rather be that. Anyway, thank you.
Baby's recipe, the rain's good news, the miracle's mom, the ring's ass, the jet's style, the hammock's pain, the bear's horoscope, the wheel's anxiety, the light's anger, the anger's cigarette, the joke's family, the chicken's melancholy, the urge's rhetoric, the sea's milk, the lemon's mumbling, the butter's mistress, the chickpea's liturgy, the underwear's dream, the egg's country, the glass's sorrow, the insider's beloved, the water's goodbye, the mariner's homework, the hill's coffee, the kiss's history, the sparrow's grief, the tooth's law, the glass's unreal, the sloth's providence, the stomach's reality, the lily's chapel, the boondock's sacred, the marshmallow's liking, the lawn's yawn, the mint's data, the desire's wrestling, the diamond's fodder, the answer's offer, the parrot's lore.
And now has like an amazing dog walking website that has like her little poems posted in a little section called Rose's Ramblings. And everyone, we need to make this like a thing because she's amazing. Okay, this is called Poem for Rose. Rose, were there glory days? When the sun finally ripened 80s velour, cast a sweet square door smacking open, shut, bang. Below, top floors of skyscrapers and fog, bashful. Sing me a song, O buildings, I'll write you verse in return. At this landscape Icarus falls, his last legs splashing slack, knees spun into background, flack. But in this painting, the sound, like the skyscrapers, is afterthought. Tiny figure in the corner, sputtering out of the way. My friend comes by, and she is soaking wet, her umbrella pooling in the hallway. It is raining in April, like it's supposed to. But this week, someone lit the dance party on fire, and the DJ is...
Thank you. Thank you, Giggle, the leaders. Thank you to KGB for having us. Hopefully we don't get kicked out. I've been kicked out of half my gigs this year, and I got paid on the other half, so it's an interesting ratio. I print these diary pamphlets. I'm a cosmopolitan micro-diarist. And I've gotten really into podcasts, so like I just write like I'm talking. And I really want to do what Yvonne Levienne does. That is just the gnarliest shit. But, so this book, I put these books out pretty regularly. They're kind of like my diaries. I put one out every few months. And so I've got a bunch of them. I've got a bunch of them. Come up and see me afterwards. So this is for my new one. This is called Bloom's Day, which I'm really disappointed James is not here, because it was kind of inspired by conversations. He was reading Ulysses, and I read it a few years ago. And, so this first poem has got a lot of the Poetry Project in it. It's got people in it, it's got incidents in it. In this book, because it's a diary thing, so there will be kind of just different things that happen at the Poetry Project and elsewhere. So this new diary, the New York Times has been writing this article about like the top 25 New York City novels of the past century or whatever, so that was the inspiration. It's my New York City novel. Bloomsday. It's 2 words. 6-8. Strand pleasing. Practicing nunchucks under the table. Kate McKinnon kisses her girlfriend under the trees on the green of Tompkins Square Park immediately to my left. Based God. The gig calls me to apply pressure as they've pre-sold 0 tickets for Friday at $15 a piece. I say make it free and get some people in there. Drinking and having a good time. The steak was like corned beef. It was delicious, Johnny Thunders. No one's watching. 82 degrees, hot sun, cool breeze. I just got done putting out 100 fires. Plunging cunt. Get a bucket and a mop for that fair play for Cuba off-topic response. Jesse Plemons, Tony Randall, Hugh Jackman, Remy Auberjonois. I've got to be at work soon. 6:26 p.m. Profoundly interested in realism. Then so is everybody else. Like a tsunami coming to support your boogie board. There's only been 3 or 4 experiences in my life. Joe Franklin never went to a beach. Non-present presence. Did stand-up comedy yesterday for the first time. Medium bomb. An acid casualty in the basement. Broadway Comedy Club looking like Marin Jr. Tattoos on my legs. 5 minutes to midnight. I didn't plan for it to happen this way. Discovering high school in high school at length. Chocolate neutral AIDS. My body's scuffed. A quick guide to omniscient sex. 33,140 likes. 33,140 likes. Courtesy, professionalism, respect. Promoter just playing catch with a paper airplane with Matty D in the parish hall. His friend hands me a drawing he made during the reading. Says I can have it if I'll publish it. Cover of next issue, Easy Paradise, came to me in my hands. A dream sleeping of 2nd Ave. Celtics beat Golden State, Game 3. We watched through the window of a bar. These kids laying on my cables, drawing in notebooks the whole reading like fiends. I need to sleep, it's how I dream my life. Show and tell show where people do what they did in school. 5 minutes to bring something in and talk about it. Listen to the first 4 Led Zeppelin albums today. And Physical Graffiti. So don't say I'm not being productive. Emily G puts the topper on the interaction. Buttons, exits, getting wine. Nan Golden is reading. Holy shit! In Acoustical Society, we make up with the sunrise. 4 Sticks sounds like the 70s. Had no clue what the cover was when I was 9. Early favorite albums I'm revisiting. Riding my scooter to Steinway, Queens when Jax comes to New York to learn how to install a certain type player piano system. By chance, Proust audiobook. Robert Anton Wilson, Cosmic Trigger. Listening as reading. My ears do it while I'm laying, recharging with my phone. Ad cuts into the middle of the Lemon song. Trying to undo the 60s. Who will undo the now? Theodore Berry's Reject Your Whole Premise. Sadism and Rational Thinking. My book is The City. I read events which are living inspiration in the shade. Nos is drawing, lying on an orange cable. Tap down, fuck, I need a new notebook. Fuck, I need a new notebook. Snuck up on me. Haircut tonight for the 2 gigs in a row, Friday and Saturday. Architecture's better at night because you can feel it thrust rather than be blinded by actually having to see it. Some people cry and some people die. Inside condenses. Fuck, succinct. Manufacturing was moved to the continent, leaving our prime value real estate, which we trade around selling and consolidating in digital managements of less and less owners. Fewer pockets get bigger and bigger. Rock into the oldies. Unbending pertinence gets shinier and shinier. Living, loving that transition as a kid. Commodore Cornelius Vanderbilt monopolized the bottleneck, selling his fleet of transit ferries and purchasing the town's sole railroad bridge. This song was on the radio all the time when I was in high school, though I grew up in the aughts, not the 70s. The Lord of the Rings lyrics I thought were cheesy, though the popular movies were out at the time. Moby Dick, Bonham Melville called me John Paul Jones. When the lawyers decide to draw up America, watch out. Come upon Greg. Sitting in Tompkins Square by Temperance Fountain and Gold Light looking for hawks. As for gigs, neighbor downstairs says he likes busking. Can't tell if that's a song or an ad. Get warning from my phone, I've been listening too loud, too long. The dollar store is closed. I'm going to read two more, because why not? June 23rd, Palabra Express. Wet toads, I don't know why. 6 hours walk by, staring at ourselves in water. I have often walked on this street before. Canyons of decaying masculinity. Welcome to the edge of the cage. If you had a Game Genie on a PS1, it's basically jailbroken. I can't even do the bare minimum. To remove Neuroma, Dracula, Conductor over the bridge, diving to practice, I wrote this one already. Has something to do with an active shooter under the river and through the woods in a filthy t-shirt. Being forward about dates, skipping Bleecker when I should get days in early for the holiday weekend, running express, skipping Prince, no shortcuts. 6 months of apartment, barking come through, full of money, resenting manning the canal, taking off the island to bend over backward for sharing Triforce. Big gig coming up Monday, need a third act for the bill. Edited my episode today in my head and on the computer. Mulberry, Poland, Greenwald boat launch, Graffito debt, Ziggurat project agent, NVD. Shit is clay going back to the earth. Free for keeps. Salt Bhutan, the table you exceeded. Quick Crystal looked at my story to see if I'm unemployed. Don't bother me. I've got money for now. That's where I live. Flying coach to Bay Ridge. Time factor could hit the breach in Puerto Rico, same amount of time. Repetition becomes form, something you don't want. Eternity into decal. Can't write like I used to for a blip 2012, 2014 before I sacrificed my brain to drugs. I sacrificed my brain to drugs. And things weirdly held in place and stayed and keep staying. For little money, who knows where it comes from. Sauteed cabron means asshole, which my brother tells me, which the porter called me. The porter used to call me. I thought it meant something nice. It would have been impossible for me to be less pretentious. Heretofore Wavelorn, only 2 more stops. This person behind me is coughing. This person behind me is coughing. She gets a kind desk. I get so good they can ignore me. Cash your brain cells before they hatch. The Carter dress. Cabinetry toys. Cameron Bay. Not so bad. Grandma's on Facebook. Lanford Wilson play. Pizza bills originate from Z-Co Cold Neck. When does it get to rings? Whenever I put it to hang. Who knows what I accomplished? Backing into a tree. Rippling despair. Drop the Moab. Caused pathologies from human experiment. Alright, so this is going to close it out. Thank you everyone again. It's been really special. Thanks everybody from the Poetry Project coming and reading, sharing. Let's hang out. You know, I wanted just to get everybody. This is a company picnic in a way. So thanks again. July 2nd, Via Carrata, which is a restaurant on Grove Street, where I would get the free Wi-Fi from the Link NYC kiosk. Via Carrata. The American dream is to be homeless, puking violently all over the street, getting into fucking fights, turnkey in natural paradise, pick up anywhere, wing playing the trees, put them on stage, right into the moment. Canceled our gig last minute. How am I supposed to tell everybody? Ruined their holiday from my personal account. $5.43 Smirnoff handle. 1 foot in the signifier. That big mansion combining 3 houses I fixate on. Lighter ran out, won't spark. Think I'll ramble through Westbeth Courtyard. Can't ride all the rides at Disneyland in one day. Have to come back next year. Bernadette Mayer is my favorite filmmaker. Her novel, Memory, A Poetic Diary, and Kodachrome is my addiction to greatest New York City novels list, of which I hope this 18-hour mini-series is one. Meeting at the River After Dark. Johnny Boy. There's no way she would remember me. Wobbly table, collapsible hole, courtyard at night. Due greetings everywhere. 4th July, BK Bridge, winking face, unexpected motif. Comes to you in days, planning a river to flow into Carroll Place dance floor. Today's accomplishments. Went to Wuji Rip and store. Got usual spicy pork bulgogi with kimchi and rice rather than steak and shrimp bowl. Cheaper but not as much food. Then over to BTS bookstore for inspiration and ear to the ground. Watched 2 episodes, Jan, Feb, and March, and April, guess that's 3. Didn't seem like enough. More poetry, more scenes. A hole in May, talked and slept into microphone. 4 hours eating turkey log and 3 different kinds of turkey. Sampling Brunerverse, Dead and Company live at Riverbend. The gig got canceled, so fucking pissed about that. Eckhart Tolle on in the background. Things slip from our control. Loss is an inevitable part of the game. 2 steps forward, 1 gig, rescheduled, but who knows, I got pissy. In the email, Sam Shepard did his first plays there, Theater Genesis, Rocks in the Garden. Shaped up hair slightly at night, but everybody's out of town like storms at night. Do you have a light? I'm all out. Tom waits at the top of the register, drinking vodka in my pocket, sneaking in the bars. Moisture about to cry in the air. Woke to likes from X, 4 a.m. LA time. 4 pics, she must be jealous. My favorite place to play is busking. The great outdoors. No sleazy club owners, no hassles with promoters. Just the pure listening and concentration of natural spectrum. Proud to blend and be there. Thinks I'm a tough manager, don't want to scrub why he likes me. Fleas and flies, bother and buy. Russian blow. Russian blow. Backroom Lion's Head, Bill Weathers used me, couched by the Mega Touch Ion. Buy something or leave. Bodega closed early, everybody out of town. Came to New York for poetry. The people are here, are supposed to live it and make it. Living magic, living magic. All my friends living magic. Show up, get texts about Bonfire of the Vanities, later 38 Camp Cascapedia, French girls want to see jazz. Alcohol breaches at night, chimes of $8 million archipelagos of bars, sitting, not waiting, depressurized after clear fireworks Monday. Registered power second, wrist drop, mayonnaise, pinky to my will. Who are these pictures on the wall? How do they raise the rent? Doing it long enough gets you noticed. Keep patio chairs and fireplace, lake house or cabin smell vibe. Moving right along, get me to the fucking church on time. I love Vivaldi, and the original track that Juicy was sampled from. A quasar ship with red chairs, that's all I can say. Sweaty, fireproof experience, buck dancer, Game of Thrones, pinball. Minty rush to the Smirnoff. What the heart of Saturday night? Tastes like I need to go to bed. Thank you, Easy Paradise. Have a great night. Thank you for coming.
So this is my new one. This is Tuesday one. That one's also new. Let me just see. With these? Yeah. So this one's doing. Hold on, let me see. It's Jameson. I'm sitting there and somebody makes me go to work. Yeah. You're like,
Where'd you go in Chicago?
I moved to Chicago when I was 27. I got into the Art Institute.
Yeah.
I had no money, but I went. And it was a good time. It was also before the financial crisis happened.
Yeah, right.
So I lived in an apartment for $500 on my own.
Sick.
It was amazing.
Those were the days.
We snuck into everything. We broke into pools. I don't know, it was fucking amazing. It was fun, you know, like at the time it was like, we put on a music festival, we like convinced people to give us beer. I mean, it was just like, it was a weird time. It was like everybody we were friends with all like moved to Chicago.
Right,
you know,
right.
And everything
It was cheap
just, like,
and
music and all like hungry.
yeah.
We were just like starving.
Uh-huh.
We'd all come from like weird places in the United States and had nothing. You know? And then I graduated and $40 and went to New York.
August 3rd, drink tickets. Press the button counting up the day. The manager never has cherries. Dispersing from the bus stop. Sitting in the window at the gourmet garage. Depot lunch counter, I love your precious heart. Pictures of Yuri. I may vomit tears 'cause we can fly. Help the terrorists standing there, throwing Gran Turismo LES. You want to eat in the window, Coach De Palma. Appetizer sushi. Salmon and avocado roll, happily ever after. Let your hair fall up or down. A bus and 4 stations. Elected Novocaine. Elective surgery. Finding a place to die. Tall grass waves in your past. Let your hair spin all around me. House guitar, more vocal in the monitor. Spray tan hose down, cameo sitting in Bleecker Park. Landlord put rats in the walls to get us out. It was irrelevant. Dee Dee Champagne says Gigi Allen was a sweet guy. His gigs at Beowulf on 2nd Avenue were violent, and she hid under the pool table as he threw his shit about the room. Try to witness everything. Fire and ice. We can lie there, drunk at work. August 4th, TV Guide. Dying in obscurity, a star let me in the door, then closed it in my face.
Wishing you health, wealth, and happiness, even though you wanted something else for you. Is it possible to be any happier? Is it possible to know where the walls meet? Or dream number 5. After the director yells cut, the blood around their mouths getting touched up, make it more crusty. The craft services is terrible. People can't stop talking about it. Ketchup is blood. Party City confetti is shrapnel. Mopped up into a pile. The line is, we won't stand for this. We keep saying it wrong. Let's go again. It has to, sound like you actually won't stand for this. Play back the hospital explosion scene where the oxygen supply gets hit and a truly spectacular fireball engulfs the entire ward. There's only enough money to do it one more time. Do you think we'll be done in time to beat the traffic? The actors are too hot, not really paying attention. The studio next door is also doing action sequences with even bigger explosions. Wow, with those explosions, they could see some real box office momentum once even. Management is going to have something to say about the volume of their explosions. Edited and post, haha, no, but really. The extras don't actually know which side they're supposed to be.
But I know I was sad and scared and I was carefree because I didn't know that I wasn't supposed to flinch at she. I didn't know that I was supposed to blush when my GP talked about breast buds and menstruation, but I wasn't supposed to cringe. I didn't know that it wasn't normal to panic when.
So I started out as a girl. I started out with whatever, a vulva, labia majora, vagina, all that, and that made me a girl. And it made 13 years of my life boil down to one word, she. And I barely even know what happened to me.
Wasted life in sin, found my heart with no money, believe it or doubt it, find out scrambling, better to risk it, but not gamble it, in the forest, busy meandering, fashion my arms to soften the land. him pray for me. I did. And I thanked him. This is about my own personal journey with doubt. It's called Signs and Wonders. Brothers and sisters, let us pray. And if you are not a brother or a sister, you shall not be excluded because language has failed you. Let us leave language behind. Oh Lord, I cannot see your face. It's hidden up. I have proof that God is a clown. First of all, he has a great sense of humor.
July 17th. Case in point. Work to glow to grow, throw everything at the wall, glitch art, divorce honeymoon, lingua fractal, stomach cigarettes. We saw the discs of Tron. They didn't work. July 30th. In the know. In valleys of cities, the point is to write. Took a couple of hours to get revved up, a facial Matterhorn disguising its name, one pot only, chest up to its revving. I brought attention to this yard, coughing, drinking long beers. January we went out to Greenport. How many steps did you count? Not going to let anyone run my life, counting backwards. Writing about you on my birthday, discovering you in the library on my birthday when you got there, reading everything I could get my hands on by you. Mausoleum, Coliseum, hanging pictures on my wall. I'm so sad and lonely in a button-up, cured of nostalgia. Lucy Liu and Cameron Diaz and Charlie's Angels. The big show makes way for the aisle. There's more where that came from. Manhattan trips and falls backwards into the night as if we are helpless. It's an oncoming calamity we resign ourselves to, hoping we survive. They shot Baltimore, St. Louis, and Cleveland for the maximum security penal colony. Showers take back. Each year hurts. You could have helped me out and you didn't. Nobody helped me. In spite of all the forces working against me, background, wealth, geography, political and social trends, and the movements of society. Louis lives by John's Pizza. See him walking his big dog through the park all the time. Signal trip up to 30 minutes. Save it for tomorrow. Get all the 30 minutes. I haven't worked in 10 years and don't plan on going back. This crying baby is ruining everything. Dylan Coffey is the last of our family. Dying in assisted living, open container law, cash and carry, selling saltwater taffy, shake that Laffy Taffy, stop, wiggle with it. The acoustics are terrible at the bitter end. Give it everything you got, the nightclub years, open mic in the Metaverse Comedy Club, clean you out, hard DM. Octopus balls were like ho-hos with rubbery tentacles instead of cream in the center. Do you like cream pies, cum sex, the rhythm method? We never once used a condom. That's love. Under one condition. Good to the last drop. The dollar is strong. Lizards live in tanks. Another shooting at the mall food court. There was a drama of wasting it in pure air. Enjoying living alone in a double bedroom. Drywall won't stop a bullet. Silence my cell phones and remain quiet. Do not alert the shooter to your presence. Do not alert the intruder to your presence. Law enforcement's responsibility is to neutralize the subject, not help the victims. Law enforcement's responsibility is to neutralize the suspect, not help the victims. Fill out a casualty card, leave it by the door. Don't do crack, drink chocolate milk. Outlook bed, business campus, world over. Once you fall out of the boat, you just get further behind. Harry Northup, 25th and 10th. Frank Corsero's acting class, 1965. Strasbourg at Carnegie Hall. Park Meridian's turning sun, almost 40, not quite, one life to live, Guppy Pullet, The Dan Patrick Show, Lobster Mac and Cheese, Candle in a Gallon Carton by the side of the road on Christmas, Dry Circulates for groceries. July 31st. Drugs are contagious. The future is my hotel. Went through the drive-thru after work for some beer and cigarettes. Reading Cities of the Plain in a tent in Los Angeles. I could really fill it out. Placing library in 3 rooms of the Triangle. A marriage lasts forever with family. Smoking weed, dad fractals. I can't go upstate. But yet, I plant stakes legally, cheaply, allowing me to roam freely, covering rent easily, while I'm touring Europe, jubilant more than nervous, bobbling my life. Bic bookmark. Inflection tells you so much information. Hilton Alls was in 3 Lives the other day when I was in there. Yellow tote bag, speaking with clerk of book tour, his neighborhood store. Sandra Bernhard dancing in the studio. One Station Mill, Senecal, where silent monks lived. $96 a week for a year. Pulled it together when he was ready. Bubba the Love Sponge radio show. Fireworks has 3 views and 1 like. Behind me a wall. Share a psychotherapy practicing. Yankee season tickets with my father.
Against ugly people. You know, it's just like the whole thing. The whole crisis, the whole identity thing is, you know what identity does? It creates subconscious wars and then physical wars. Like right now, here I am. I'm Matthew Silver. Matthew Silver, everybody! I'm here on stage! Yeah.
You bring me into the room, I bring you out of the soliloquy. You touch my nose with your pantheon of panoply. The diametrically opposed Zambonis on ice. I see the man and he reminds me I sometimes like to eat rice. I got a dildo, but it's not a dildo. It's a membrane that is perforated by the Doug Funny Disney universe. I see Patty Mayonnaise and Skeeter on ice. Yeah, why did they never make a Doug Funny on ice? I'd love to see that, it would be very nice. So why didn't they make Doug Funny on ice? I would like to see that, it would be very nice.
You know, vampires only attract high energies. This is just a normal soup spoon. But if you concentrate, I need all of you here though. I can't have a hater who hates here. I can't have a liar who lies. I can't have a composer who composes lies against me, as so many have.
It was frozen by the snow. But the sun would come and warm it again. And because it was a missing piece, it could not roll very fast. So it would stop to talk to a worm.
next part, I need some crowd participation. So just follow the instructions. Hands up. Hands down. Hands up. So I have a pretty rocky relationship with my father. He's mostly out of my life. Keep the hands up, guys. Just me. I need this school. Alright, you can put your hands down. Can I, am I supposed to, okay. This is the guy who really likes inflation.
I don't see what the problem is.
All right, this is the guy who just wants one thing, and what he wants is for people to play with his butt.
Wow. And
Corin.
Sorry, I forgot both of your last names right now. Sorry. You don't need them?
Who needs
All right, the anonymous Nicole and Corin on the project. So yeah, check that out during the show. Coming to the stage right now is System Lord. They're our last act. They're playing some incredible music for us tonight.
Yes.
Enjoy their music, drink alcohol, enjoy the puppet show, and we'll see you next month when it's all over. So thank you so very much. Thank you.
System Lord.
We have better stuff.
Doesn't matter! Steve. That doesn't matter.
That's right. You got it. That's the intended for First Amendment. Take your First Amendment and do that fucking now.
We think that the banning of free speech First Amendment protects material presumptively.
Alright, so just leaving the gig. I think we did well, but there was nobody there. So, there was literally like 2 or 3 people watching us. Like usual, we get fucked. It's a shame, but we brought it hard and I taped it, so I'll put it on the internet and maybe people will watch it. At first, my phone wasn't getting any Wi-Fi, so I was like, oh fuck, there goes my whole act. My whole act is my YouTube playlist. And we were talking afterwards, and this fucking guy worked at Zabar's. His family, oh fuck, is that the train over there? Hold on, I gotta look at directions and shit. His family like owns Zabar's. So that was kind of cool.
To my left, the fuck chair. New York School books, stack of records, white headphones, Sony speakers, painting, leather attaché scratched by cat, front-facing table with orange and brown circle pattern cloth, and matching chairs. I didn't mean to be against. It was a stance, or a part given to play, because nothing else was available. All the good parts had been taken, like when Poolside Siren had something to prove, till she far surpassed my social capital score. We had gone in different directions, crowbarred announcements, scared water under the bridge. Need therapy, which was invented a million miles an hour. The Coen brothers were making Elston Gun movies, using the same cast and a repertory arrangement between studios. Woke up early to catch the show. Set an alarm every day, a juiciness you don't hear. It happens all the time, where nothing ever happens. Fine by me. Gristetti's around the corner, paying too much for water. No world to be saved. Sorting through my social calendar for the evening. Do the open mic 8 blocks uptown, or check out the reading East Side Avenue B, 8 p.m. Quivering Givens, coolest guy in the school. Do a show every day for the month of August. August 1st. Orchestra Wives. Chances are that anyone will see you. This guy from the New York Post followed me, who I think was dating T, reading and listening to 2 different things. Awkward hug on the side by the mirror of the saloon, but she's smiling and being nice. Nothing lasts long at the Borgata. Work like a zombie spider overnight. The metamorphosis takes effect. Good thinking.
It don't seem real. Tell me what's on your mind, 'cause we're running out of time. Whoever set me free is waiting around to get me. She drives me crazy like no one else. She drives me crazy and I can't help myself. I can't lie. A train moving away from pain.
Going to this reading. It's an open mic. So I'm walking across town to deliver my poetry to these people. To deliver my message. Walking to the east side from the west side. I did a show yesterday. I'm going to try to do a show every day in August.
Call Studio 54, where are you? 5 taxis, and each one out one passenger. What they're all shocked to discover is a large building set. Until last evening, this had been the location of their beloved discotheque, Studio 54. The people who all know
nothing more, nothing less. Every idea you tried to grasp, but now it's on edge, and now it's been seen. So from what you know, you can consider this the final dream.
Mine's bigger, one shouts. No, mine is, yells back the other. And then they start bashing each other until only one guy is left standing, gripping his stick, his other hand cradling his manhood. And then he leaves to find some women to push around. Eventually, stones and spears and bows and arrows were all used for fornicating. Later, crossbows, muskets, cannons, and bombs fucked innocent people until the big one finally arrived on the scene. Nuclear weapons are the biggest dicks yet, so we have to carefully watch all the tiny fools with their fingers on the buttons.
Silent Harlem shake, yeah! Hustle, soft, shuffle, bend your body to and fro. Cool cha-cha, smooth samba, boogaloo and do-si-do. Hips gyrate, head rotate, swing and swirl and shimmy shake. Legs flying, arms flying. I hope I don't cause an earthquake tonight. I'm gonna live the end twin experience. A feeling of bliss. Bodies moving, toes are tapping, people grooving, hands are clapping. The dancing, all dancing. Music plays and I feel that beat. Slow dancing, fast dancing. I can't stop to move.
Of course, the flaw in me was not to see your self-hatred and misery. To treat you better than you treated me. The enigma, the anathema, for wanting you. self-hated.
I probably saw.
Yeah.
I saw
is
so
awesome.
many bands. I saw UFO. I saw Deep Purple. I saw the Stones. I saw Kiss. I can't.
Ace Frehley.
The only bands I'm referencing right now. You.
I even saw Gigi Allen.
Yeah.
I saw
Holy shit! Where did you see Gigi Allen?
I saw Gigi Allen. I was going, and it was Terry Kennedy's show. I saw Gigi Allen, and what happened is that Gigi Allen was playing. I said, okay, I'm going to go to a show. I went to his show, and I walked in, and I see that he's like punching people and stuff like that, and like he's like not doing. So I ended up like crawling under the table. I went under the pool table.
It's scary.
I went under the pool table because he started punching, and he was punching people, and there was a pregnant woman in there. He was just I was like, well, first of all, I was like, why would she be in there? So he was punching
At the Gigi Allen show.
And so I remember I hid under the pool table, and then I was like, I gotta get out of here. But he started banging the microphone on his head. And I do want to say, I remember I was friends with his brother Merle.
What?
In 1987.
Shout out to Merle.
Merle was in a band.
Gigi Allen's brother Merle.
Yes, Gigi Allen's brother Merle. And he was friends with a guy named Randy, who was a junkie that also was my bandmate, and we played CBGBs. But Merle was there. Merle was his brother, and he was working and Randy was working the T-shirt.
Oh my God.
The T-shirt at CBGB's. And I go into the pizzeria, and that's where, what's his name? The guy from, I don't remember what's his name. The guy from, he showed up. He sat down, he had pizza. Henry Rollins.
Rollins was there?
Yeah, Henry
oh
Rollins
my
was there.
God.
Henry Rollins was there. He was a cool guy. He was nice. But
shout out to Henry.
He was nice,
yeah. He was a very nice person. Very, very, very sweet. But I hung out. But I saw Gigi Allen, and I'm going to be honest. He was a very, very nice person. I hung out with him earlier.
Gigi Allen was nice.
He was he was a very nice person, very sweet person. But unfortunately, he had a little bit of an addiction, and he probably needed some, medication or whatever. But he was very sweet. He was very nice to me. I remember hanging out with the guy. He's a very, very sweet person.
Yeah.
He also believed in like very.
But his shows were, dangerous.
His shows were dangerous.
Yeah, right.
Dangerous,
but like he also believed in like very nationalistic views.
Oh, really?
His shows were very dangerous.
Right.
I had to go under the pool table
Yeah.
at Beowulf.
Now, where was that?
I was on 2nd Avenue.
Okay.
I believe it was
Wow.
Terry Kennedy. But I honestly feel that
It was called Beowulf.
It was Beowulf.
Shout out to my gremlins.
To Grendel and
He was a sweet
Hrothgar.
He was nice to me. I hung out with him before then.
Gigi Allen. What were you doing with him?
Well,
You went over to his house or went to...
Actually, he didn't really have a house.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't know.
He just kind of crashed.
I
But his brother, and so he was
His
kind of...
brother was Merle.
He had people kind of in the scene around.
Yeah, yes. His brother is.
Was he playing pretty regularly? Did he play like once a week or...
I didn't get into his personal
What kind of
life.
people were at his gigs? Was it like...
He had some really nice people, and
Did they know what they were getting into?
I think so. They were supporting him because he was in.
And he punched them in the face.
Well, maybe some of them he did. Maybe some of them he did. But he was an emotional person.
Right, I see. So that was just part of it.
Yeah.
I see. I get it. Okay. So it wasn't really a stagey thing. It was like he's unbalanced.
He was. Yeah, I think he was on the Sally Jesse.
Yeah,
Massacre.
right.
The Sally Jesse Massacre show.
Right.
I think it was the Sally Jesse Massacre.
That's right, Sally Jesse Massacre. That's the dopest band name I've ever heard.
Yeah, but that was the show.
The Sally Jesse Massacre.
Yeah, that was the show on Channel 4.
Yeah, right. Sally Jesse Massacre.
Like, you gotta
right.